I'm here today running the CACC elections of 2011 with mayoral candidate John Thomas. How are you today?
Doing great, Cole. I appreciate you having me on the show today.
No problem. Let's begin with the questions. What makes you uniquely qualified to hold the office of Mayor of Springfield?
Well, the mayor of Springfield is pretty much the one that runs all the agencies throughout the city. I do own personally a business of my own in Springfield, Illinois. My business is an auto mechanic business. It started in 1934, my grandpa. I moved on to my father in 65, and I gained possession in 92. The business between my father and me was starting to deplete. It about vanished, about went down and under. I gained possession of the business by going out and finding a prospect to help me out gain the business at the age of 28. I didn't have a lot of collateral at that time, so I had to go out and find somebody to back me. I ran the business for him for 6 months. He made thousands of dollars. I repaid him the money. He went and co-signed a loan with me, and then I regained the business. I know how to take businesses and bring them back from the brink. Springfield, Illinois right now isn't doing the greatest. It is going under a little bit. We need to revive it. We need a fresh face. I feel like I am the fresh face of Springfield, Illinois.
Great. Why did you decide to run for mayor?
That's kind of a funny thing, Cole. I really wasn't prepared to run in 2011. My goal was to run in 2015. Our mayor at the time, Tim Davlin, in the middle of December, had a tragic accident. We had to replace him with one of the candidates, one of the aldermen on our council. Should have been Frank Coons, which was our pro tem. Well, all of a sudden, we don't want Frank Coons to be the pro tem. Everybody else wants the position. There was chaos on the city council, in my word. I stepped in. I wanted to make sure that we brought peace to the city council. That's when I went in on the last day of the write-in period, which was December 23rd. I have an ad-lib show on WQLZ, which I sponsor my business. Me and the DJ talk all day long, or about for half a minute, about the business, what we can do for you, why you should come to my business. At the end of the commercial, I mentioned if I have 3 callers call me up, I will go down to the municipal building. I will make my application for write-in for mayor. So I had 3 calls. In fact, I had 5. So I went down to the municipal building, filled out my application, thought, oh, this isn't a big deal. That night I went home. My name was on TV. All my friends are calling me up. The next day it was in the paper. More friends are calling me up. So I got to get involved. The problem is with that is I did it on the occasion trying to get the public to get out and vote, to be more concerned about who's going to be our mayor, to make sure that we do pick the right mayor. Well, all of a sudden, they tell me I can't do my ad-lib show about politics. They say it's got to be equal time for all mayors. I step back and I think a while. I says, oh, that's okay. You know, equal time's fine. I'll just keep on doing my ad-lib about my garage and everything. Well, the State Journal doesn't call me up to give me equal time like they did the rest of the candidates. WICS doesn't give me equal time to give me another candidates. So politics is coming to me. Well, this isn't fair at all. So this motivates me, Cole. Mm-hmm. So now I'm getting serious, buddy. I'm going talking to people that are knowledgeable about our city, coming up with new venues for us to make money, how to handle our budget. And that's how I'm here right now. Actually, it's a 4-year plan. I don't expect a lot because I am the write-in candidate for the mayor of Springfield, which means you actually have to write my name on the ballot, but I am the only write-in candidate. I do have an easy name to remember and write, which makes it beneficial for me. So that's kind of where I'm at right now on a 4-year plan. Hopefully it goes good. I get my face out there. I get some votes to back me, and I move on from here.
Absolutely. There's been considerable concern about city finances. Given the state of the economy, how would you go about balancing the budget?
Well, of course, you need to crawl before you walk, and you need to walk before you run. We need to live within our means. We cannot keep spending money we don't have because the interest will kill us. We're already putting back different loans, making them be 2-3 years from now. So we need to address our budget line by line, see where we can cut, and what we do have to spend on. I am a professional in motor vehicles, which means transportation and everything. I would go and evaluate all our vehicles in our fleet in the city of Springfield. I would see which vehicles need to be repaired, which vehicles need to be replaced. I'm sure there's certain vehicles on our budget that we budgeted money to replace. If we don't need to replace them, right there we could cut money if we just had to repair them. Some of the vehicles I see as squad cars and everything, they're not very good squad cars. I mean, they could have picked a better model to get for the squad cars, which would have lasted longer. Certain things like that were my professional part of being mayor. I would help out the city of Springfield. Of course, we need to dive in the budget. We need to pay for our needs now. If we need some, we need to get it. But our wants, we need to make sure that after we pay for our needs, if we have any money left, then we get our wants.
Yeah.
So we definitely have to go line by line on the budget.
Absolutely. With this same concern in mind, how would you go about bringing in additional revenue to the city?
We need to promote the city of Springfield. We have a lot of tools in Springfield that can bring new revenue in. We have the Lincoln sites. We have hospitals. We have lawyers, of course. But we need to bring new ventures into the town. One of them I thought up of the other night was, why can't we get American Idol to come to town for one day? 2 days for the rehearsals. That would bring a lot of people into town. They would see our Lincoln sites and everything. Another thing is, we got to tell people why they want to come see the Lincoln sites, not just because it's Abraham Lincoln, one of our greatest presidents. We need to show them to bring their family into the city of Springfield, and then they can make their children knowledgeable about past history of Springfield, Illinois, and they can make it fun about Springfield, Illinois. If we have to have some fun features in the historical sites for the children to enjoy their stay here, to bring the parents into town, well, we need to do that. At the convention center also, we need to get shows in that center that are going to bring the audience to the show. You get a show that's going to maybe break even and you only get 1,000 people. Well, that's only 1,000 people you're getting into this town to go to our restaurants, to buy our fuel, to buy different needs that they need while they're in our town. But if you get a nationally known artist that sells 6,000, 7,000 admission prices, and we only break even on them, we're bringing 6,000 or 7,000 more people into our city to spend their dollars.
What is your opinion on the current layoffs in the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau? Is this measure one you would have taken?
Well, I'm sure Mayor Edwards did go over the budget pretty precisely on what he could cut and what he couldn't cut. It is still administration of Tim Davlin, so he had to be kind of careful what he did or didn't. I'm sure it's the off season right now for our sites, for our tour sites and everything, so he probably made the right decision on who he cut now. But also, we don't need to procrastinate at this time of what we're going to do when summer comes. We need those people in order to bring in the people from out of town to spend their money into town. Saying that, I'm sure Mayor Edwards is doing everything he can and hopes to do to make the city of Springfield excel. He didn't touch the police. He didn't touch the firemen. So that's a good thing. That is the security of the city. I'm glad he didn't do that. We need to trim. We need to trim. I'm a small business owner. My business is very lean at this time. If you get too fat in your business, you're going to go under really, really quick. We need to trim everything right now.
Speaking of small business, how will you help them in this time of economic concern?
Well, I will definitely personally go meet everybody with a small business in this town. I know what it takes to be a small business. I will give advice to them how to excel. I will look at their books. I will tell them if they should get out of business or stay in business. Also, I don't know if you're familiar with the farmers market that we have uptown and different events like the Route 66. We should designate an expo area for all small businesses to be able to set up shop right there in the area where all the people are at, so they can show the public how their business could help them out, what they could do for the public, so they could actually show the public what they offer to everybody. We need to get our small businesses out there. We need to make them work. We need to show the public what they can bring to them.
Great. Well, that's all the questions we have for you today. My name's Cole Juergens, and this is John G. Thomas, the write-in candidate for the 2011 elections. Thank you for coming out today.
All right, Cole. Thank you, buddy.
Have a great day.
You too. All right, guys. I appreciate
Good
you
job.
having me in here.
No problem.
It's a little tough with that big-ass sun right there, but...
Oh, 1 second. We got to take your mic off.